Hey there, Jen McKinnon here, and I'm back with another Trends Roundup from Envato. Today, we're looking at photography trends, and links to the featured items can be found in the description below. You can also download all the Envato Elements items with a simple monthly or annual subscription, giving you access to millions of digital creative assets to enhance your projects. Let's snap to it. In today's crowded digital world, the use of striking colour combinations in visuals is a surefire way to catch your audience's attention. With a focus on saturated and contrasting hues, the stronger the colour, the more it catches the eye. Vivid colours allow designers and photographers to express their perspective in an abstract and intriguing way, letting audiences see the world through a completely different lens. With the consistency of his bold, bubblegum, rainbow aesthetic, artist and Instagrammer Matt Crump's work shows the use of vivid colours in action. The clarity of the images he creates evokes a tangible sensory response so strong you can almost taste the candy. In a similar vein, artist Aritron's work displays the dramatic use of vivid colours, restricting the palette to just one or two highly saturated hues to achieve a moody result that really packs a punch. The vivid colour trend can also be seen in the bold neon lights and glowing reflections that have become popular in photography of late. To achieve this look yourself, check out Cyberpunk Photoshop Action by Unique Design, available on Envato Elements. This customizable, layered Photoshop action converts your images into vibrant and punchy, dual-colour works of art. Or, if a brighter, more striking photograph is what you're after, take a look at Bright Colors mobile and desktop Lightroom presets by Creative Tacos. These filters have been designed to add vibrant and colourful tones to your imagery with just a few clicks to maintain design cohesion across your portfolio. In our increasingly complex world, the concept of minimalism extends well beyond the reaches of photography and design. Minimalism provides the balance and calmness that we're all subconsciously searching for. The simplicity and potency of minimalist imagery can be seen in photographer Danny Eastwood's Folio, as he subverts the familiar by depicting beautiful visuals of everyday things in an unusual or incongruous way. Minimalism can also be accented by the use of monochromatic palettes, like this example from Estudio Como that uses a monochromatic mustard-coloured scene to make the burger really stand out. To access a large collection of ready-to-go minimalist photos perfect for any occasion, take a look at 2020's Minimalism Collection, or our Monochrome Collection, both available with Envato Elements. Or if you'd like to give your own photos a simplified look, give Minimal Lutz Pack by Alan the DP a go. 2020 is the perfect time to think outside the box and include elements of surrealism in your photographic compositions. Surrealism is far from a new concept in art. Rejecting a purely rational view of life, surrealist artists such as Salvador Dali were known for delving into human subconsciousness, championing strange imagery that transports viewers to an alternate reality. Smoke bombs are a fantastic way to add depth and surrealism to your visual composition. Photographer Tim Tatter uses smoke effects and surreal colour palettes in his 2020 series Barriers to suspend disbelief and allow the audience to inhabit the magical world he has created. Similarly, Mikel Maruzabal employs the surreal notion of floating objects hovering in time and space to enhance his product photography, giving it a beautiful point of difference from the hundreds of thousands of photos shared online every hour. For floating object photography you can use in your own work, check out the Floating Objects collection from 2020, available on Envato Elements. Or to create your own surreal smoky photo effect, download this smoke animation Photoshop action by Shredder. Social media can sometimes seem like a fantasy land of flat lays, endless holidays, and homogeneous beauty. As a result, an anti-perfection rebellion has emerged with a growing appetite for the representation of reality and ordinary everyday experiences. This trend is trying to turn carefully composed and airbrushed photographs into a distant memory as we move towards authenticity that celebrates imperfections. The spontaneity and sincerity of authentic, candid, or documentary style photography allows for a more sincere, spur-of-the-moment look, far removed from the age of filters and retouching apps. With a focus on real people in real situations, this series for Elizabeth Arden feels more like photographer Ilona D. Verisk is capturing a real-life moment rather than a meticulously produced photo shoot or ad campaign. For more realistic and authentic imagery, take a look at the Candid Photography Collection by 2020, available on Envato Elements. With the rapid evolution of smartphones and native social media formats, the vertical image, a framing option usually reserved for portrait photography, is increasingly becoming embraced as the preferred photo orientation. Duco makes use of vertical images in his folio of work, using the framing as a feature of the photos themselves, leveraging sharp angles and precise object placement. For a large range of vertical photos you can use in your projects, take a look at our curated collection on Envato Elements. With the evolution of camera technology, photographers in 2020 continue to strive for different perspectives, capturing things that we may not be able to see with the naked eye. Drones, 360-degree cameras, and macro lenses have become cheaper and more readily available, which makes creating stunning photographs with a unique perspective much easier. Aerial photography allows us to see gorgeous, naturally occurring patterns in the world around us that we're unable to see from the ground. And Richard Waldendorp's aerial photography series displays just that. To add some aerial photography to your work, take a look at our collection of aerial images on Envato Elements. Davey Evans' series Streams explores the abstract compositions found when zoomed right into chemical reactions, showcasing the beauty that can be captured with macro photography. For a similar aesthetic, check out the images gathered in our macro collection on Envato Elements. The Other Planets photo series by Janko Puls is an experiment in how 360-degree photography can warp our view and creatively contort the landscapes into something completely different. If you're looking for something similar for your own project, look no further than this 360-degree view of a palm tree by Birdiac. In 2020, photography is seeing a resurgence of the nostalgic retro aesthetic, mimicking the warm tonal qualities of analog photography. The high dynamic range and glowing tonal qualities of film photography are being modernized and replicated within digital photography today, as LUTs, presets, and borders are employed to create beautiful vintage effects. The work of photographer Nacho Barea is an excellent example of this, as he combines elements of light quality, film effects and scratches, fashion, props, and locations reminiscent of the past to create his retro series of work. The Retrograde Photoshop Action Pack by Twinbrush is an effective way to achieve some of these results for yourself. This powerful set of effects is crafted to emulate the look of analog photography from the 60s through to the 80s. If the retro trend is right up your alley, jump on over to our Retro Design Trends piece to see how you can bring retro design elements into your work as well. Finally, with the rise in political activism across the world, this year we're seeing more and more support for social movements in photography. With a huge range of issues in the public domain, the focus is on images that present a strong sense of community and represent diversity, progressive ideals, and inclusivity across the board. In particular, we're seeing images that support equality, environmentalism, cultural diversity, and female empowerment. These Black Lives Matter protest portraits by Jeremy Cowart are the perfect example. They combine multiple layers of imagery, including portraits of brutality victims, tragic headlines, and each person's handwritten reflections over their portraits to amplify the voices of the Black community in the US. John Olson's DIY Guide to Wearing Your Pride series also uses photography to support a social movement, this time LGBTQI+ equality. He makes use of rainbow-coloured portraits and imagery to educate people on the diversity of the Pride movement. 2020 has a range of collections that support the social movements of today. Check out the Activism collection for images that capture people standing up for what they believe in. Visit the Female Empowerment collection for images that celebrate women of all shapes, backgrounds, and ethnicities. March on over to the LGBTQI+ Pride collection to see why love is love. Take a look at the Diversity collection for images that accurately represent our population. And finally, dive into the Environment collection for images that support sustainability and environmentalism. All 2020 collections are available with a subscription to Envato Elements. That does it for the photography trends we've been seeing in 2020. Don't forget to like this video below so we know to keep producing more content like this. And subscribe to the Envato YouTube channel to keep up to date with the latest content. Have your say and tell us what trends you'd like us to profile next in the comments below, and hit the Envato blog for more trends and tips. But if you're keen to stick around here for a while, click the thumbnail on screen now to watch another one of our videos.